Hello everybody, Jet here, and welcome back to a bit more Rogue Trader where, well, we've actually moved from last time. We'll jump to the map quickly. So rather than going through the warp and dealing with all that, because I had 45 minutes, literally I spent 45 minutes fighting an incursion on this horrible, nasty route we jumped up. So we've just jumped to the point where we are above the next planet. And obviously you can see we've already scanned the local region. I can't see where our other planet is next, but we've got the capital, so that's good. We're in a good position. I probably want to try and chart a safer route, because these red routes are really dangerous. So I probably want to try and chart a safer route back long run to Footfall, which was in where? In Furibundus, whatever it's called. So we probably want to try and chart a safer way back there long run, but we'll see how it goes. Also guys, as you can probably tell, my audio has changed slightly, so please do let me know what you think of that, if you like it. And without further ado, let's visit our system. Lord Captain, Master Helmsman on the line. I can report that the quest for the capital world of Oh, one day I'm going to remember what this is. Valanicius dynasty is finally at an end. DARGONUS is straight ahead. We've received countless greetings. Your subjects would like to know when their mistress will be arriving. I will be coming soon. There we go. Let's explore the other planets quickly before we drop. Just in case. Yeah, do I have to go back to these places to actually pick up the power crystals? I don't know. Oh, let's do a hull repair. I mean, I dare say I will be back and forwards from my capital planet because, you know. There we go. This is my home planet with quite a few resources. There we go. And yeah, so who are we taking down to the planet? Let's leave her there. Let's take my sniper. I've got 2 snipers, 2 soldiers. Tempted to drop her out at the moment. I'm gonna drop her and bring Jay for a while just to see how Jay's helpful to us. Oh no, I say that. I like the flamer. Yeah, I'm going to stick as I am. I kind of like this group. Travelling the world with an Eldar. Probably not the best way to make people like you in the Empire, but, you know. Here we go. Right, what? Why did it not start on me? Long live the Rogue Trader! Long live the Rogue Trader! For some reason it's jamming my camera here. Victory again, we are very much in an alpha game here, guys. Oh, wow. Aristocrats! Hail to the Sovereign! Hail! Hail! Claim to the stars. I wish I'd snuck down. So this is obviously our capital world, so I assume our seat of power is here as well. Ah, there we go. Clementia Werisium. The Emperor protect. Welcome home, your ladyship. I am Clementia Werisium, court chancellor of the von Valanicius dynasty. On behalf of all of DARGONUS, please accept my deepest condolences on the untimely passing of Theodora von Valanicius. Valancius. Her departure is a terrible blow to us all. But as one star empires, another always flares. Expires. I can't read today, guys. Another always flares to life. And although still overcome with bitterness and grief, your subjects hope that you will become the trade dynasty's guiding light in these trying times. Ah, Clementia. Albrand offers a reserved nod. She nods in return. The lines on his brow soften ever so slightly. They've got the same last name, I think. The young man, Achilles Scalander, secretary at the administration department. I hope that your journey to DARGONUS was not darkened by unwanted troubles. The Emperor protected us, and may he remain merciful to us all till the end of time. What's hilarious about the people praying to the Emperor is the Emperor literally tried to banish religion. Does your ladyship wish to survey the grounds? Or perhaps we could state your curiosity by answering any questions you might have. Governor Urbend Drivestem has been notified of your arrival on Dangerous and will visit the palace shortly. The preparations for your official visit are well in hand, but your ladyship still has plenty of time. Hold on a moment. What did you say your last name was? You heard correctly, your ladyship. I am Half-Wezeran, Lord Abelard's granddaughter and direct descendant. Ah. A succession of service is an effective good. It grants new generations understanding of their functions within the mechanism. Chancellor Werzerian has held her position at the von... Oh my god, I said it meant Valancius court for many years. She earned Lord Captain Theodora's respect through acts of great perseverance. There's no room for doubt. Blood had nothing to do with it. The Emperor blesses those who strengthen humanity's domain. Blah, 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 blah. Thank you, Captain. Why isn't the governor here? Apologies, your ladyship. Governor Drivestream's residence is on the other side of the world. By the administrative palace. We sent word as soon as you entered the system, but it takes time to travel great distances of your domain, even though I can't travel the system. Chancellor Ezrin appears unruffled, but you cannot shake the thought that the governor's lateness is a subtle political gesture designed to test the limits of what is acceptable when it comes into interacting with a new rogue trader. They are very close, just down the hall. That is also where the study and the audience chamber are. Achilles' face brightens to a pearly white smile, restoring some of his former good looks. Lady Theodora's study has remained locked since her last departure, but on account of your arrival, we've arranged for it to be tidied up. It is ready whenever you may need. You are dismissed. I apologize for my bluntness, but I have a request to make. Perhaps before the meeting takes place, the illustrious Lord Captain could spare a few minutes for conversation with me. I am certain you will find my report on the state of affairs useful. Okay. Yeah, I've lost my entire... so they're all just hanging around now. Wow. That's a lot of people. Now this is the one I want to see. How it's interacting. The walls of your home suffocate me, Connect. Yeah. Didn't think she'd like it. She's also on her own. She was either going to be on her own or utterly surrounded by people being special. Welcome, your ladyship. Let me inform you of the location of your chambers. The main throne room is up there, up the stairs straight ahead of you, and your subject, Achilles, informed you that he humbly awaits your opportunity to meet you there. If your ladyship wishes to rest after a long journey, then your personal chambers are up the stairs to the right. Okay. If you need anything else, your soul desires, it'll be right next to your chamber. Wow, so he wasn't really clear. Your ladyship, your ladyship, your ladyship. And this is all mine. Because as a rogue trader, you are spectacularly wealthy. It's my throne. Hey, your ladyship. A sharp gaze. Yeah. For a moment you feel looking at a longer version of Albert himself. Okay. Yeah, let's ask if he has any. Why? None at all, your ladyship. Secretary Scalander is an outstanding individual and a loyal servant. In Lady Theodora's absence, we collaborated on a number of issues related to the well-being of your domain, and he has proven himself quite capable. I don't know why, but even the governor trembles before Achilles, which is unusual for the man. Yeah, I've still got matters to attend to. I want to find Achilles. I don't know where he's hiding. Ah, these are my chambers. My study. My Imperial bedsheets. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Sturdy safe. Terrifying looking balcony. Where is he? Ah, there we go. Ah, chatting to Henrix. The slender figure, clad in robes made from expensive fabric, shudders from violent coughing. Pressing a gilded respirator to his face, the man takes several deep breaths. Achilles, it has been many moons. I hope your cousin is faring... Ah! He's an Inquisition agent. She's in good health. And she sends her regards to you, as well as her wishes for your swift return. For as long as the stars shine, my vigil continues. So it does. It's not fair. Yeah. It's not foolish. It's not so foolish as to fail to notice a conversation in code. Your insight deserves credit, rogue trader. Then again, I'd expect nothing less from Theodora's successor. Allow me to introduce Achilles properly. In addition to his duties as secretary of the Administratum, He acts as an agent of the Golden Throne under my aegis. I'm sure you will find Achilles' service useful, especially when dealing with the schemes of humanity's foes within the border of your trade empire. Greetings, Lady Rogue Trader. Allow me, once again, to express my deepest condolences on the loss of Lady Theodora. I will do everything I can to track down and destroy the Conrad Vontigers. All of Conrad Voidviger's accomplices on the capital world. Do you know anything about what became of him? The former Master of Whispers is a heretic and a traitor. Word of his treason reached us too late. Conrad came to the planet and left it almost immediately, once he had sown discord in the minds of the gullible and naive. The worst of the rumours he started was that you were responsible for Lady Theodora's sudden demise. Of course, your loyal subjects did their best to skin alive any who showed signs of doubt. But it seems unlikely that the guards got to everyone who... report on the state. I have already forwarded all official reports to your seneschal. As for the conversation we're having right now, I wouldn't trust any paper or data slave with its contents. You see, Lady Theodora, may the Emperor have mercy on her soul, was perfectly aware of DARGONUS' political environment. You, however, have only just arrived on the capital world, and I thought it would be best to bring you up to speed. Frankly, the nobles, much like the nobles on most worlds, are akin to spiders in a jar, ready to pounce on whoever is the weakest, and whoever they deem the weakest. The nobles are well-respected, rich, powerful individuals who held Lady Theodora's favour for many years and found ways to rise above the rest by diligently serving the rogue trader. Every family pursues its own selfish interests, and each one expects that, with the transition of power, they will retain or even add to their lands and wealth. The families I would recommend particular attention to are the Drive Stems, the Garprax, and the Surbrax. I would also mention the Resurrians, not a noble house per se, but a family that is part of Leia Fedora's inner circle. I know I pronounced the name terribly. The Blue Bloods. Great displeasure. What can I tell you about them? They're a line founded by Lady Theodora's seneschal, and as such are nominally considered nobility, at least from a standpoint of the Imperial Navy, from which Lord Abelard hails. On DARGONUS, however, their position is precarious. Firstly, they never were granted an official title, a process which has been impeded for decades by the old houses of DARGONUS. And secondly, the other families do not see them as equals, but as more upstarts clinging to the rogue trader's favour. The Wersirians are responsible for the capital world's fleet, and the majority of the cargo shipments on the domestic routes. So, yeah, they should definitely be mine. Sabak, religious and hard-working. Their enterprises on the world of Sentinel's Pride, including distill manufacturers, produce promethium. I must note that lately some have been proved to be overly liberal statements about my dynasty. They believe Lady Theodora was a bit too keen to leave her worlds without proper oversight. The Gaprax hail from a remote Forge world, and among their distant relatives, there are many servants of the Omnisire in the house. Okay. Close to the cult of the Adeptus Malicus. Both in spirit and in their business connections, the Gaprax oversaw the industrial shipments within your trade empire until recently. Ever since the astropathic communication with Key the Gamma was severed, they've been quite concerned about the security of the planets they cared for, and the Drive Streams. The Drive Streams is an ancient governor house of the capital, predictably the greater wealth of the von Valancius dynasty trade empire, the full of their coffers go. Their reputation is flawless except for one detail. We have evidence that Urbend Drivestem's rivals seem to have the misfortune of regularly falling victim to Xeno raids. I find that the attacks are always a little too advantageous for them, but we still lack solid proof. The closer an official is to the rogue trader, the braver and safe they feel. I would just like to remind everyone that rubbing soldiers with Xenos is heresy. That can be overlooked only in the case of the von Valentius heir. Not her servant. He's not happy that I've gone on. Enough of nobles. There was your ladyship. And this time it concerns the main reasons for my presence on the planet, Xenos, and the threat they pose to humanity as a whole. And the last few months have been difficult for the people who report to me. My eyes and ears scattered throughout the Koronus Expanse, warp disturbances, astropaths overcome with madness, ships disappearing in the Imperium. Many of my observers and contacts have gone dark, or they have been killed by some calamity or other. Still, I managed to establish communication with some key individuals who were able to warn me about incoming threats, including Xeno raids. It is within my power to supply you with intelligence on when and where the Xenos will strike next. I do not doubt that Governor Drivestein will beg for protection against the Xenos, and in this fight, the information from my contacts will serve you well. I beseech you, rogue trader, if I ever report a threat looming over a ship or a planet, do not dismiss it. Sometimes it takes an intervention from the rogue trader and her mighty voidship to avert disaster. And what happened to his face? 5 years ago in an accident, yeah. Okay. I guess it's time to meet the governor. Tell them I'm ready. 2 hours later. Oh. Rogue trader von Valentius. 12th in her line. Rogue trader. Keeper of the Sacred Warrant. Ruler of the Koronus Expanse. From the Karach system to the 100 Dreams Crossroads. I bid you welcome. Urban Drive Stream. Governor of this great world. First and foremost, please accept my deepest condolences. It has been difficult to recover from the loss of a woman as great as Theodora van Valentius. It is plain to me that she is no longer with us. The citizens of Dargonus, and of the entire trade empire grieve alongside you. Please allow us to declare half a year of mourning. I don't like him. A full year. I will immediately give all necessary instructions. Esteemed rogue trader, Lady Theodora is a strong leader, and we ought to follow her example. Let us learn on our wisdom and preserve in spite of her tragedy together, and let us carry on. Yeah. Alas, it has not been an easy task to accomplish. Some time ago, the astropaths flew into a rage, and they had to be subdued. He killed them all. We gradually restored the ability to speak with our neighbouring worlds, but contacts are still weak, and the routes are tangled and no longer lead to systems that the captains expect them to. Given the vast majority of ships in the capital navy travel without relying on the service of navigators, without your engagement, the well-being of the von Valentius dynasty and billions of subjects is presently at a risk. Yeah, we met a ship not long ago. It is truly regrettable bit of news. What's more, leaving the capital has been forbidden for several cycles now. It seems the Resident family have once again failed in their primary responsibilities. Don't like him. We will investigate this at once, as well as the fact that the ship had to acquire a permit from the Administratum Seal. Does your Nephro still stir at the palace? Oh, I don't understand. The ship did indeed depart from orbit, but it did so, if you can believe it, on the rogue trader's authorization. That is why no one dared to impede. Lord Captain, it would seem that Conrad somehow got his hands on a copy of your authorization, or perhaps even the original. Oh. He's got the warrant. Oh. That bad. Yeah. He's a heretic and traitor. Lord Vodka visited the capital some time ago, but he did not request a personal meeting. A heretic, you say? Now I see where the whispering in the corridors is coming from. I'll be frank with you, your ladyship. Theodora's sudden death was a blow to every one of us, and the absence of any sort of verifiable and complete information about her successor gives grounds for all manner of rumours. Naturally, none would dare challenge you by accusing you of something as sacrilegious as murdering Rogue Trader. And you don't mention it at all. However, Conrad Vodfiger was once a true boon to a trade empire back in the day. Let's see. My subjects' doubts are understandable. Why, Rogue Trader? Your desire to be commendable is most commendable. Please do not forget, a ruler should never bow to their attendants. What exactly do the nobility expect from me? In light of things? Yeah. We are all troubled by the fate of the agri-world Janus that supplied us with other planets for foodstuffs. Empty stomachs can drive even the most mildest rabble to revolt. Furthermore, House Garpak is perturbed by the loss of communication with the industrial world, Kiva Gamma, of which it is in charge. But if you wish to know my opinion, the world that deserves your attention, and the most, is the penal world Verbos 6, one of the key mining suppliers in your Chade Empire. I only thought I had 3. Such an intriguing thing for the outpost. Doesn't your house happen to own the stations there? Your ladyship, I beg you, do not interpret my words and attempt to influence your decisions in any way. You see, without Verbos 6, the manufactorums on your worlds will need to make haste to find new suppliers elsewhere and arrange for new shipments. Okay. I've already visited Janus. Governor Viet found herself facing a number of problems in my absence. Truly, the Viet line is one of the oldest in the von Valancius trade empire. If the inheritor of such a well-respected blood could not handle whatever had befallen her, the situation must have been extreme. Never mind that. He stares at you with a mixture of worry and incredulity. Okay, what else? Zeno is your ladyship. I don't rightly know where to begin. He rubs brows nose. Otherwise, otherworldly beasts are not an uncommon sight in the Expanse, but they have been a menace to the worlds of the Maw for decades. But now, these abominations are on the rampage. They show no signs of fear and attack ships, either damaging them to the point where they become unfit for transport duty or outright gutting them. Only you have the power to stop this madness. We are in the process of restoring the astrobathic choir, so that astropaths are there. They basically provide routes and things around, and you can home in on them as a beacon to where places are. Luckily, we were forced to slay only some of the deranged psychers, although those that remain are as yet unable to transmit messages. So they can do stuff like transmit messages, obviously. I hope Master Scalander will keep his word and offer you his support in the war against the Xenos. According to the report, the region of Verbos 6 has been particularly concerned. So yeah, we want to find that. Now, to issues on a smaller scale. There is a certain degree of tension in the capital due to the unaltered succession of the Sacred Warrant. Chances of uprising are minimal, of course, but the spreading of rumours is nothing but a sign of weakness. I've had this already. Eliminate those prominent. Yeah, send them things. An elegant solution. Other families will assume that your relationships with divine houses are more complicated than one might think, and the agitators will receive a message they are being watched. And one more thing, your ladyship. The inauguration of the bearer of the sacred warrant. Your inauguration of the bearer of the sacred warrant is but a matter of time. But I would like to inquire about one crucial detail. I imagine that you are intending to uphold the centuries-old tradition, bolstering by an equally long-lasting friendship of being represented under oath by one of the noble houses. I presume that this duty will be accorded to House Drive's team. No. One moment. Which houses represented me at the ceremony? Any of the houses. Okay. There is no need to alter the traditions for this script. I suppose I will bestow the honour upon the Wazirians. Lord Captain, to accompany on such a crucial hour is the greatest honour of the Wazirian buffer. Have no fear, we will not fail me. Forgive my boldness, but I must remind you that the Wazirians' lineage, whose lineage tracks back to a naval officer, are not the DARGONUS nobility. Such decisions may have adverse effects. I shall immediately relay your commands. Oop. Your ladyship. Okay, when will the ceremony be? I'm afraid that until you deal with pressing issues, the ceremony will be postponed. Many trade routes. Okay. There we go. So we've reclaimed this world. Blades in the void. Forge a path to Vibus 4. Mortis Asius. So I think I'm actually done on this planet. I was kind of expecting there to be more here. Return to your ship. Okay, so that was a lot of talking. I want to go pew pew. To the warp. Hang on, is that Mortis Escuries? Ah, there. Let's head here. This is a safe route. Safe routes are you're much less likely to have a warp incursion on them, I assume. Oh, something's happening. This is not the conduct of an officer. These antics of a highborn brat. Explain yourself, Lieutenant. After the event, the young woman standing in front of Albert strives all her might not to quail under the onslaught of superior's anger. I apologize, but I must speak to the Lord Captain. Very well, Lieutenant. You may address the Lord Captain, but not least because I see you have already seen fit to disturb her. Your unauthorized appearance on the bridge and display of belligerence towards a high-ranking officer shall be logged in your personal file without delay. Ooh. Lord Captain, Lieutenant Avril Vent, requesting permission to speak. Vent falls silent. I will listen to what you have to say. This matter cannot wait. Any minute now, an assault unit will be dispatched to the lower decks on orders to crush a workers' strike by any means necessary. But I am convinced that this step is unwarranted, and that the crisis itself was provoked by the actions of one of the senior officers. Vent is almost trembling with tension. Abelard, in no hurry to intervene, lets out a skeptical huff. Lord Captain, I urge you to investigate the actions of Senator Wezerin and to intervene in what is happening on below decks, because very soon we will have a full mutiny or a massacre on our hands. How did this all start? The situation could boil over any minute, so I'll give you a condensed version, thankfully. It all began when the guards found a cultist amulet on the body of someone who'd been killed in a drunken brawl. We reported up the chain of command immediately, arranged for a cleansing rite to be performed, and opened an investigation. No pirates have been found alive, but the search brought tensions between the guards and the works to a head. And where does he come into it? I shall explain. I beg you, hurry. Time is running out. I will not hurry. Since my competence is under scrutiny, I shall speak for as long... There is an established order of way things are done on the ship, and one of the pillars of that system is that the rogue trader's attention is not distracted by trivial matters. It is the seneschal's role to ensure that. I have always handled internal problems myself. So, of course, when I received information about the pirates hiding in the lower decks, I took the matter into my own hands. So long as I live, not one of the vermin who murdered Theodora von Valancius will find refuge on the ship. You were far too heavy-handed, Seneschal. Arrests, interrogations, mass punishments for entire sectors. It has driven people to the brink, she says bitterly. Now there is a strike on below decks, in Depot 4, to be precise. 3 worker clans are involved, but many more are passively supporting them. The situation could generate into a full all-out insurrection. But when I reported my concerns, the only response I received was an order to dispatch assault units to crush the strikers with maximum force. What is Depot 4? It's one of the poorest sectors of lower decks. It's home to clans of general labourers. They are not as valuable as the ship as the families who have served in specialised systems for generations. So this is one of the weird things about the 40k universe. Lots of people, they don't really know how a lot of the tech on ships like this work. So there are people who literally understand how a certain machine works and how to repair it. Or they understand how to use it and repair it, but they don't necessarily understand how it works. So it's really weird. And you've got to remember, tens of thousands of people on a ship like this. They are not that, they are easily replaceable resource, and one which is now giving succor to pirates. And we don't know. Depot 4 is poor and trouble, but at worst that means drunken fights and illegal rotgut brewing. We have handled the workers of Depot 4 in the past. We would have done so again if the crackdown on Depot 4 hadn't been so harsh. And another important point to bear in mind: the problems are not limited to that sector. It is located in one of the most populated lower decks, and everything that happens there has a knock-on effect on the neighbouring sectors. I see no need to add anything. I acted within the remit of my authority, guided exclusively by Vector. Yeah, I think he actually went too far. And no one informed me? I would not deem a problem worthy of my attention. Yeah. Yeah. I have heard enough. I will deal with this myself. Praise the Emperor. An enterprise bordering on the sophomore... Yeah. To the lower decks, where I doubt Theodora probably ever got seen. Hey, it's Wezerin. Take that scum! He just got crap thrown at him, didn't he? The lower decks are a source of endless problems. Sometimes I dearly regret that we couldn't replace all the locals with services. Let's keep moving. We need to get to the bottom of this. Look, this is where they live.
A new challenge for me.
Greetings, your graces. Out of the event, sun heated diversion rates. Okay. Scott Commander, I have my orders to put an end to the unrest and purge this sector. You could take your orders and shove them. This is my deck and my sector. And there are only 3 people who can waltz into here. Well, my express means the first officer, the rogue trader, and the Emperor himself. So not all my lessons fall on deaf ears, Eldred mutters. Crabby approval. Well, but he does not. Your ladyship, noticing you and the 2 junior officers, snap to attention and salute. What's the situation? Your ladyship, my people have locked down the bay where the strikers are, including their leaders. We have the situation under control. I want to speak to them. Oh, he doesn't like this. Right you are, Lord Captain. Allow me to wish you good luck.
Follow my lead.
Dozen pairs of eyes stare up at you. The people before you are typically inhabitants of lower deck. You take in their simple clothing and crude weapons. Now their faces display varying levels of mutation, from barely discernible to strange and outrightly grotesque. For Depot 4! For our children! Beanpole, a whisper passes through the crowd, and you detect a mixture of fear and astonishment and joy in their reactions. Finally, 3 people break from the crowd. Lord Captain, you've come down to us. What is troubling you? Why are you striking? Striking? That's news to us, Your Grace. All we're doing is asking questions, saying what we think. Shut up, Beanpole, snaps an old woman. Here's the deal, Your Grace. Your damned guards are all over us down here. They say they're looking for pirates. One wrong word and they're reaching for their batons. If they want to punish someone, they turn off the heating to the whole base for a week at a time. So we get sick and freeze. In my clan, 2 little ones died from inflammation of their lungs, all because of those guards. Yeah. Argenta does not interrupt the workers, but you can see the sadness in her eyes. The mention of children's left. Stagger, it's all true. Vent is the only guard officer who stood up for us. It's clear as day who had a mother from the lower decks, and who grew up amidships and has no fellow feeling towards us. I assume amidships is where the better people live. A grim man with scarred face throws up his arms. Your Grace, we're not villains here. We're honest workers. Your servants. We've plotted no disorder. We went on strike openly, and now we've got guns pointed at us. All we're doing is asking to be allowed to work in peace, without being harassed. Do you have anything to add? I authorize the use of all necessary measures to locate chaos worships hiding in the section. Specific steps were taken by the officers were not reported to me. He frowns, clearly disgruntled at having to explain some work experience. Nevertheless, I'm certain that their actions were justified. Yeah, we found a thing. A cultist amulet? What's that? A gewgaw they found on a dead drunkard? If that was something evil or forbidden, we sure didn't know. The guards just said they were looking for pirates among us. Anyone obstructing their delegation would be punished. How could there be pirates down here? We know our own people. We've seen no new faces. Definitely not. And if there were, we'd be the first to report them. And as for that amulet, or wherever it was, they took it off a dead body. There are no pirates still breathing in our sector, that's for sure. But when the fight broke out, some enterprising folks looted the bodies, the boots, and the boots they came back with. Nobody's ever tread these decks in boots so fine. I can tell you that. Seems like some of these pirates have better commanders than us. Ooh. Oh yeah, those boots were real fine. And there was no harm in taking them, right? As for the amulet, it must have been pocketed by someone who didn't know any better. We don't need any amulets around here. We all worship the Emperor. Okay. I confirm the information regarding the proper tending of machine spirits in this sector. Servitors indicate these commoners are performing sacraments. Yeah. Naive children. Weren't you taught from an early age about the dangers of the arch-enemy's creations? We were told, Holy Sister. But it was long ago. Okay. That is regrettable. What changes do you want? Would you look at this? The exalted Lord Captain herself is asking us bilge rats what we want. Sorry, I'm going to stop doing the terrible voice. Well, here's what. We want you to rein in your damn guards. Okay. So you've gone too far, old Nan. They'll never let us maggots on the lower deck live without guards breathing down our necks. Yeah. Beanpole torso. Spanning a ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into untrained hands would be even worse. What's more, for guards and aegis made oversights. Oh, your thoughts? The story about going scavenging the boots and accidentally picking her out doesn't convince me. What began as peppery thievery. Spreading anarchy on the ship is the first step towards embracing chaos. Putting weapons into your hands. Yeah, I'm not giving them. Well. I'd rather be gunned down with guards. Then it's decided. The harassment L. I will expect the clans who have agreed here to assist in locating pirate ambulance weapons. I don't think I handled that well, but I didn't want to give them their own weapons because they're not trained.
None shall stand in my way.
You wouldn't want to give untrained people weaponry, so yeah. I have an urgent matter to discuss, Lord Captain. Please give us a moment. We are. Well, are you pleased with your investigation? You kowtowed to a disloyal rabble. You believed the lies and showed leniency. Next time the ship is attacked by pirates, the rabble will welcome them in. Is that how you see your future at the helm of the Villainous trade empire? Yeah. I would have handled the situation myself had you not decided to intervene. Remember Lord Captain Theodora? Do you think she ever set one slippered foot in the lower decks? No, she did not. Such matters were left to myself and the junior officers. Maybe if she had spent more time on trifling matters, she wouldn't have wound up dead. Ooh. Yeah. I command your decisiveness. I lost my temper, Lord Captain. I believe I ought to explain myself. The prosperity of the Von Valencius Empire is not just an empty phrase to me. I left the Imperium for a chance to see it flourish. It was the most momentous decision of my life. I did it because I saw in Lord Captain Theodora's deeds the spectre of true greatness. Rogue traders do not simply forge new routes and capture worlds. They create order. Okay. She trusted in Saracen. I understand, but you need to learn how to respect me as your Lord Captain. Accept it and start living in a new world. Fyodora trusted established procedures and she died. I won't make the same mistake. If you want to keep building a future for the Empire. I'm being quite mean to him, but yes, Lord Captain. I'm not sure there was a very 40k wise. You know what?
It's about time.
Actually want to just explore to see if I can find anything.
Halt! I noticed something.
Oh?
I'll
No,
lay
it's not
claim
it.
to the stars.
Very 40k universe. There were no really good decisions there. I could have let him deal with it. I think I could probably get away with ignoring stuff like that, but I don't know. That's the problem. Yeah. When in doubt, save. Ooh. Again, this is going to change, so yeah. Okay, I'm in doubt, so I'm saving. Vox identity auger. Anyway, this is something we're going to look at next time. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you are enjoying this. Please do like and subscribe if you are enjoying this playthrough. And as always, an extra special thank you to my channel members and patrons. Why is my screen not changing? That's it. Monsters Abound, Philip F, Nose, Unnamed, Space Ace 475, Coding Monster, Jason Air, and Jared Horn. And thank you to everyone for watching. Cheers all.